Oh, it shows me a preview of my own stream. Interesting. Is that why? They've changed the entire update, like the entire mobile stream manager design for Twitch, and I kind of hate it. Out of curiosity, how long is the delay? Does that even show up? No, it wouldn't. I'd have to just press the button. Oh, it does. There's like a 5-second delay. Hello! So yeah, fun fact, I guess the stream title is coming from what I wrote on the stream manager on the tablet, but when I went to type the exact same thing into the PlayStation so I could hit the go live button, it wouldn't let me start the stream because it, quote, had profanity in the title. And you want to know what the profanity was? It was her name! Her name counts as profanity! Alright, then get fucked! So yeah, I couldn't put Arlecchino in the actual title because otherwise I wasn't allowed to stream. I'm a knife wizard, Abra! Nope, sorry. Yeah, Abra can stab ya. That's beautiful. Hello, Corvin. Hello, Wasabi. Hello, Rose. How are the friends? Oh, snap. We got, Reminisce sending me some love, as always. Bam. We're gonna do dailies real quick, because I honestly haven't done anything in this game yet, aside from condensing resin earlier. Hello, Jesse! Arlecchino did nothing wrong. What murder? I don't know what you mean. Can I make the chat window bigger? Like, I don't know what they did to this app, but it's not great. Like, I can barely see you guys. What is this? Half of the screen is something I don't even need. Can I get rid of this, please? No? Alright, well, hopefully I can see you guys through the sunlit tablet. Hello, Satoros! How you doing? Today is Genshin Day. Hello, Ray! It is late, but Rose and I had very important business to do prior, which was watch The Circle. Anyone who knows, knows. I've already done these quests before, so we're just gonna button mash through this. He's trying to get the proper paperwork, but because of bureaucracy, he has like 6 other things he has to do before it counts. Woo! Woo! This is a really cool looking Zelda mod, right? You can download it today by searching up Genshin Impact. God, why do I have to have the longest daily commission known to man? They're not usually... Well, I was gonna say they're not usually like this, but some of them really are. But on the plus side, the other one will be like, kill 3 mechs, and I'll be like, okay, and then we're done.
Yeah, skyward!
So much text for a daily, yeah. It's an actual, like, miniature plot with multiple steps. Normally it's just sneeze on this tower and you win, but not today! So she probably doesn't have the form, so we have to go talk to another person. Yep, exactly. I remember this one.
Yeah, skyward! Got him!
Hey, sir. Just hanging out on his sign. Hey, man, I would like the registration form for this guy that I barely care about. I much prefer Sumeru and Fontaine's daily commissions overall compared to the first 3. But I guess you just sort of get used to it after a while. I feel like it's dangerous to ask my chat if I should roll for Arlecchino. I haven't even done the trial of her yet because I am in a bind I lost the 50-50 to her, okay? And I also got all the way back up to 70 on the guarantee. Stabilize it 5 times. What are we stabilizing? Are you the stabilizer? Oh, you're the stabilizer. What are we looking for? Yeah, 95% of the time I'll say yes. Like, am I just hoping that... Oh. Oh my god, her extra little ability fucked it up. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. Okay, it can't be... it can't be Farina. I need someone else to smack it. Who's an easy smacker? Jean.
Ready for it.
She tried really, really hard, you know? But her little water abilities was messing it up. See, those are the daily commissions I enjoy. The ones where you just smack a thing. Where's Zooter? I did a Zooter until 1:30 a.m. last night. What do you want from me? More Zooter.
One is fast.
You'll get another Zooter, or at least Zelda Rando on Tuesday. While I haven't confirmed all of the details yet, I am under the impression, at least, that oh, I need a different team for this. That Noodle and Havel and maybe Met eyeball emoji, would do another co-op combo rando. Because I want it.
Phantasmagoria. Now you shall perish.
Eyeball emoji. Ew ball. Well, easy Electro. The other team was all Hydro versus Hydro enemies. It doesn't work very well, you know. Hello, Jimmy.
Skyward, scatter.
How are the friends? As Noodle's spokesperson, I say yes, he's available for it. I mean, I'm sure he's down. It's more like just asking about specific details and then just eyeball emojiing Matt over and over.
Time to shine. There you are. Banquet must go on.
Just a single smack. Alright, dailies are done. I want to make the chat bigger. Literally, I can only see like 4 messages at a time. What happened? What happened to this app? Maybe my phone would be the better option. I normally use the tablet when I'm over here, but I feel like the phone would actually give me more vertical real estate, you know? We'll do the trial first. Oh, there's an event going on now too? Excellent. Give me more goodies. What if, hold on, what if I make the tablet vertical? Does that give you guys more space? It does! I'm a genius. I can now see 7 messages instead of 4. Lady, please stop me. I'm doing something sinful. I'm pulling on the weapon banner. Ray, no, Ray, that's dangerous. That's dangerous, my bro. Oh, I didn't even read what she does. Hold on. We're just gonna like,
Rain outlines your.
Check this out.
Okay, we'll just do this again. Oh, she only has the one thing. Never mind.
Overrule. Rain cutter.
Oops.
Here's backup.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Get ready. Nuke it.
This is where you
Okay, that was hot though.
laid bare.
I'd have to actually learn how to play her, but she seems cool.
Witness the power. Animal 106308 at circle.
Supporting fire.
Witness my rise. Transfixed.
I don't know what's happening, but it is very fancy. This scythe is cool. It's true. We'll get these, and then we'll also get our pal Lenny.
Take cover! Nice and spicy. Our bond is strong.
Boosh. Oh yeah, he's like one of those. I literally have this guy and I forget how to play him. My bad.
Here comes the finale.
I do love him though. Lenny is
Teamwork is dreamwork.
super cool.
Eat this! Out of my way!
Now disappear. Let's get this show on the road.
Boosh.
Ha! Everybody stand back! Boba, get them! Stand with me!
Yeah, go Shinobu.
A round of applause.
There was a Pokemon? My bad. I didn't even see it. Poor Jimmy. To hell with Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy kicked himself out. He did the thing. Ray, did you get the scythe? Father's playstyle is basically skill to mark, charge attack to damage the marked, infuse basic attacks until low health, and then burst to heal. Okay. Right now, I'm sure I won't remember that the next time I play as her, but thank you for looking out for me. See, look, I could easily get her. I'm at 70 wishes in, and I have enough for a 10 pull, so unless she's, like, hard pity, she's, like, guaranteed in my account. Like, what do I do? Hello, Mako! Hello, Noodle! Pull her! Do it! No, we're gonna play the story quest first so I can really guilt trip myself, alright? Because I am trying to save for Clorand. Clorand has had my heart ever since the Fontaine trailer first came out, which was like, what, back during the summer last year? Like, I've been holding out for this girl for a year, and you're trying to tempt me with this bitch? Go, Noodle. Yeah, Noodle. Go do the thing. Alright, we're gonna do it. We're going. We gotta go to Poisson. You actually did the other story quests? Yes, I have done all of them except Chiori's because I didn't really play during 4.5. I mean, I did my dailies, but that's about it.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Hey.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice!
Imagine she didn't.
Over here.
Lenny!
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly
Out of
wasn't
the blue.
expecting it.
Sure.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson?
Hold up. That didn't sound. I mean, like, I know that's Paimon's voice actor, but that didn't sound like how she's been sounding, like, at all.
Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Like, I'm not hallucinating, right? Right? Like, her voice seems like a different pitch than it used to be.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Poisson!
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Okay, that sounds more like her, so maybe she's just dipping in and out.
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
Poisson?
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Yeah, how does Navia feel about this? Suddenly all of the Fatui is just in Poisson.
Well...
Can we have Noodle do the Paimon voice? Okay, honestly though, Noodle, you'd kill it.
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
She's just casually there.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
Hi, Father.
You know... On second thought, maybe we don't need to know? It's all probably super confidential House of the Hearth stuff, right?
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved.
I don't know why it's a habit I've developed, but anytime one of them says Poisson, I just have to say Poisson. It's like one of my favorite words to say when they're saying it is just Poisson.
I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth.
Rumor has
It's an internal matter.
What sort of rumor?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
Versetti, you ruined my cutscene. Get out of here. You made the girl's face freeze in place for a second. I feel like I'm getting chills already. Woo.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
Paimon did the same
that should have
woo I
long
did.
ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors.
Her eyes are dumb. I'm gonna eat you, Rose. Why does that just seem like a daily threat now? Rose says something. Wasabi immediately. I'm gonna eat you.
Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
I didn't feel intimidated. She wants me to be here.
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you, especially after everything with the prophecy. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with us?
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny... Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be treated to lots of yummy food, right?
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals
Poisson.
with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today is the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen.
But nothing is better than Rose and Met's interactions. Should be a show, right? They should have their own, like, collab stream. Just the two of them hanging out. I don't know what they would do. I don't know what Rose and Met would get up to, but we should just have them do a stream together.
Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
No! Don't immediately suggest Lady Lad. Hello, lady! I already don't. Hello, lady. It is I, Clarand. I am sorry to tell you the grim news. My button on my blouse had brusted. Excuse you? Busted? Off my chest and hit Farina in the face. Using the Oratrice Mécanique d'Anise Cardinal, they deem me guilty, so thus I am getting sent to jail. So do not save rolls for me anymore. Spend them on free souls, like Father, the Knave, or even Arlecchino. I appreciate that those are all three the same people. Hello, Verena. I'm gonna close the window because it's actually chilly up here now. It was warm and now it's not warm. Imagine that. I don't know what that person just said, but it sounded like if you get hit by my breast, it's your own damn fault. That's what I heard. Alright. I feel like, wait, where'd the actual... There. Like, where did it actually go?
Skyward!
Don't pull for any of them. Pull number 4, but she's also number 4. I see what you're doing.
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Awesome, thanks! So, where are we off to now?
But hear me out, Clorand.
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then.
Poisson.
I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered. Otherwise,
Oh,
people might
just
start to
lurk
get
and
antsy.
mute. Run away, Ray.
Okay, we'll
Play
get
it with me.
There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate.
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
I'm glad I managed to convince you. Let's go. I tend to pause sometimes to talk to the chat and whatever, so you will catch up fairly easily.
Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, I almost walked off the bridge because I was looking at my tablet. Whoops.
Linny, we're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
I don't know why, but his expression looks so goofy. Like, I want this as an emote. Like, I don't know who would ever use it, but I want it. Maybe I could have that be my GIF. The GIF is just this. It's just this man blinking. It's my next Zelda rando. Hey, can someone clip this for me? I need it for a friend, aka me. Okay, moving on.
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
No way!
Woo! Way.
Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
That was a really long pause.
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once. We don't want to scare off our guests now, do we?
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous.
Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much about you.
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine, everyone's been very curious about you.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that she can move a mountain with her bare hands.
Basically.
I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel de Boer in just 3 days!
That's true.
Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool at all!
Oh, wait. When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right?
Ooh, there's a Dragonair in the chat. Go get yourself a Dragonair. Yeehaw, Dragonair.
Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you!
I want a Shining.
Come on, we insist! I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison. And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison. I've got both.
I like her.
Huh?
Ha!
Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth. He's super good at it. He's never been caught.
Who?
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? When it comes to eliminating your enemies, Staying quiet can go a long way. Trust me, I would know.
You've seen Arlecchino's voice line about Senora and was like, IDK if these guys are genuine. Yeah, they definitely play it up because they hope to get goodies.
I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Wait, when you said gifts, Paimon didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics.
I don't see anything
But
wrong with
those are
that.
the best things we can give you. You don't like them?
You don't like our skill set?
Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you, and we'll teach him a lesson for you.
What happens if you hear this and you just go, Fultz? You just say his name and then he's like, oh shit.
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts. You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gotten across.
Really?
Really?
Awesome! It's been so long since we have had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know.
Yeah, especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions for that.
She's easily my favorite.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute.
All right, see you later.
Do you like poison? Because I got poison. And poisson!
Bye!
Lenny, about all that poison and stealth tactics talk just now.
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous
Yikes.
problem child and was abandoned by his family. Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplot is around my age.
Really?
While
He
I'm
looks
mainly
older.
responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions.
You can tell because he's wearing the overalls.
I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They were just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all.
They really did gloss over the strangling the family pets thing. That is really bad. That's, you know, one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah! Skyward!
Filial, supplies are here.
Nothing says stealth like overalls, right? Well, I mean, they are in Poisson, and most of Poisson are fishermen, so he does at least mesh in, you know, like he can blend in with the environment.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Or gasp!
Ah, allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much about. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all sorts of places. Is that true?
Of course, we're making our way all across to that.
No, you guys just make me want to buy a pair of overalls.
Oh, good for you.
I like her
You
hair.
must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's called... The 4,000 Thieves?
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time.
Imagine recommending to a celebrity a show that you personally have never seen and don't know if it will be any good, but you've seen a poster once? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're recommending this to me when you don't even know if it's actually good or not?
Oh, and there's The Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. Seems pretty interesting.
She has the same problem. She's also never witnessed this.
After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of the Hearth has some normal members after all.
I heard that.
Oh! Oops.
You're literally, like, floating right next to them. What the heck?
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
What's the plan?
That's enough, Filial.
I want the plan.
Don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever. Let's go.
Guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some time, we should go see the opera together.
Oh my god, he wants a date. He's very blunt about that.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well.
I don't think I've heard anyone call noodle woodle. That's a first. John Wilkes Booth, you know, Ruby!
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here.
It's better not to pry, it's none of our business.
You're right. We're only here as guests after all. Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead. Come on, let's catch up.
We were talking for like half a second. Linny's like, I'm halfway across the continent now. You said super far ahead, but he's only... Well, I don't know why he's this far down. It just crashed into a wall.
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far?
Again, one of them's a little bit more concerning than the others.
Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
You know what also crashed? Uh-oh.
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine? What are you doing here?
I'm staring at this box, what do you mean?
Well,
Fremine! Nice to see you again!
Oh, you too. I heard you're here as guests of House of the Hearth. Welcome.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Wasabi, take care of yourself.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water. And some clean cloth, if possible.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water...
I mean, I definitely had some moments with crashing on my bicycle, but I have a like a scar on my right knee because one time I was bike riding in town in Montana, and one of the trucks on the road decided that it would be hilarious to swerve towards me on purpose. So I did what any person in a bike would do at that moment and tried to get out of the way by going up on the sidewalk. Except I didn't quite make it up, and I fell off and scraped my knee really badly on that sidewalk. tore up my jeans and everything. So yeah. You know, I have some wild stories. I always think like I'm a really boring person, or like, you know, my life's very average. And like nowadays I suppose it is, but you know, I was talking to Mako the other day about how I encountered a bear once on our property on Montana. And I don't think that's what normal people usually have to deal with. Oh, the shopping cart is still your favorite story? Gosh darn it.
Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come meet with us. So what's this all about?
Excuse me, what? Yeah, I used to live out in the boonies in Montana, which is an apt description and for Montana to begin with. But we had 2 dogs, and I would be walking them around, or I'd bike ride around with them. And we also had an ATV. So walking around the property, sometimes I'd encounter deer carcasses that were like super torn open, and also our garbage bin at the end of the driveway had huge gouge marks in it, and it was very clear that at least on occasion a bear would be around the property. And this is when I was between like 12 and 13-ish. But I had never, like, I'd always seen the evidence of the bear, but I had never seen the bear. But fortunately for me, the day that I finally encountered the bear, I was on the ATV at the time. So there was a creek that ran through the property that the dogs always liked to swim in. So I would ride the ATV to go out that way. And there's a stream that you have to cross before you can get to the creek. And on that particular day, as I was crossing over the stream, heading towards the creek, I happened to notice that there was a very, very large, fluffy lump. Very, very big. It was very big. It was a grizzly bear. A very, very big bear hanging out at the stream. And fortunately for me, I'm pretty sure the only reason why I'm alive today is because I was on the ATV, and it was very loud and made me seem a lot more imposing than I actually am. So it got scared and went the other direction. And of course, my immediate thought is, okay, I'm not going to the creek today. I gotta get the dogs home, and we're all gonna stay inside because I don't want to get eaten. So that's basically what happened. Is the bear got spooked from the ATV, and I immediately turned around and went home and said, okay, dogs, that was good enough a run for today. Was the hairy lump Rose? No, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware, she has never been to Montana, so I do not suspect that she was just a lump in the woods at the time. But who knows? Maybe she was. But hey, I'm still alive, baby.
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night.
That's
Could
a lie.
be because I'm growing, you know, and...
He's totally lying. Yeah!
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened, does it have something to do with Father?
Would you still love me if I was a hairy lump? Yes. People with freckles are distrustful? Wasabi, what would you do if I told you I had freckles?
Yes. Just follow me.
Are you saying that I'm distrustful? Hey streamer, did you know that in terms of ... Hey streamers turned on Siri on the tablet? Matt, what have you done? She's gonna yell at me! OMG, lady, you look beautiful with freckles. You're sending me mixed signals. You were just saying how distressful people with freckles were.
Yeah. Got him.
Wait, where?
Siri, what's the weather outside?
Stop asking about. Don't trigger Siri.
You're back. Oh, and you've brought some
You're terrible.
friends with you this time.
Maybe Wasabi has freckles too. Side eye emoji.
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are?
If you did have it though, Wasabi, we would love and appreciate you all the same.
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth, just like you. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Linny?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fremine. You, haven't told Father, have you?
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden.
We've just been camping out next to Navia's base of operations.
For how long?
About half a month now.
Only blonde people with freckles and shy are distressful. Blonde people bad? Rose, you're blonde.
So ever since we got to Poisson, then.
Poisson.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
Really? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished. You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal.
Pass.
So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect, and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things, but I went to look for him anyway. Luckily, I got there with enough time to save his life. That feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices, it's happened many times in the House of the Hearth. I'm sure you've noticed.
So what you're saying is, that was her? She was the one who spoke to you that night?
Rose, it's okay if you're blonde. We love you all the same. I don't know about Met, though. Is that a deal breaker?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family.
I only trust bald people. They don't have hair to cover their lies. Ruby, there is a thing called a wig.
I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clairvy in danger.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Even more private. Let's go over in these bushes.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off.
No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, 'cause I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last.
What do you mean?
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
I'm sorry, Lenny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
He really didn't until just now, so like, hello?
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I, for one, wish you did.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest.
You're my bro.
Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house.
Lenny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and to me, that means more than blood.
Get the
You and
bromance.
Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you.
I love Lenny.
So I won't let you face anything alone. Not if I can help it.
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Lenny and Fremine. Maybe we should go check on them.
No. No! Don't interrupt!
Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away.
Oh, it's raining. You're in a cave. What do you mean? Ma'am?
Harry? Looks like she's not here either.
Oh, Piri.
Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight, or... Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not crying, are you? Is everything alright?
No.
everything's fine. Thanks for asking.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
Yeah, we were prison buddies and everything.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with. In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here.
But sometimes having guests around can come in handy.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When
Great
guests
question.
are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
I think it'll be better if we stick around.
I just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down. That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened.
I've tried that already.
And?
And... nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but... after some time, she just reappeared.
She just keeps coming back.
She even came with us all the way to Poisson.
Poisson.
It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas?
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they died, they'll let go of whatever's keeping them here and return to the ley lines. Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Fremine, I need you to promise me something.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you do that for me?
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3.
Fist bump.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
She's just there.
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister?
She looks so unimpressed.
And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine.
Oh. You as well, Traveler.
You 3, Traveler.
Yep.
And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I
Poisson.
figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father. Simple as that.
You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose. Let's go.
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys.
She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
Well, she's a spirit. She can't actually eat Paimon.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clairvy can interact with the physical world at all. Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind, she really is eating those things.
Is this the Leanne chick? Yes.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are. Or maybe she couldn't understand the question at all.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clairvy.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
There is a Pokemon in the chat for the friends who want to catch a Quagsire.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it, and never will be. In this house, some people are family and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Unless it's the roster of people who've been executed.
Well, Wasabi, maybe she reverted to a time of innocence, you know?
Wait, does that mean the name... She...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry. Neither of those names are on the roster. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clairvy, do you have a wish?
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
Why are you gonna eat me?
To go outside, where the sun can find me.
That's... it? Well, that sounds easy enough.
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Oh, it's for the Quagsire. I understand.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up. I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about, and see if her name is on it. Fremine, you stay in Poisson.
Poisson.
We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. I don't want to drag you in too deep. It's too risky.
But we're basically family already.
Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while. You don't need to do anything except keep up some nice, casual conversation.
Hey, how about you hang out with a person that you find extremely intimidating? That would be useful.
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to distract her.
How should we contact you?
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert me that something's wrong. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done.
I think the fact that the Traveler suddenly wants to hang out with her would immediately be suspicious, but that's just my opinion.
If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line.
Be careful.
You too.
No, you, Wasabi.
Okay, this is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby.
At the beach?
I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved. Clairvy, I'd like to take you somewhere. Is that okay with you?
Beach date, but I can't swim?
Where
No.
are we going?
Are the other two actually, like, away? Is, Fremine to be found somewhere in Poisson? Because they tend to do that when it's like, hey, let's go do this thing. You can kind of find the NPCs randomly around. Yeah.
Yeah! Skyward!
should I start looking?
I don't know where Lynette would be. She's likely also to be in town somewhere, but I don't know if it's worth searching for her. Because she'd probably just be like, list, ... Got her! I don't know where she would even go looking for a list. Yeah, whatever, we'll just go outside then.
Skyward! Scatter!
You're gonna hear a lot of that. Skyward scattering for days. Oh snap. That child. It is.
It's the knave! And... child! Hey! Aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya, and well, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
I think he still wants to
What
fight
sort of
Cloran.
unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk,
Or
my
Skirk.
master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found.
Okay, bye.
But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
He's got the Baiju
I think
disease.
you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Eyeball emoji.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrator's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance to see you go all out.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well. Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
Just casually trash talking their colleagues behind their backs. I mean, yeah.
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Hello, Barbie!
Well, we just...
Wanted to learn more about you, babes. How you doing?
Right! We're super close to Linny and the others, but we still don't know much about you!
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not?
Oh, well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least tell us something a little extra, like... Why do you call yourself father?
Huh, good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that, now can we?
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
You bought stuff to start your garden today? Raised bed, 5 bags of soil, and some gloves and tools and seeds. Let's go! That's really exciting. You'll have to keep us posted on how it goes.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Barbie, Ruby meant the knave on the screen, not you.
Wait, don't go!
This person. Barbie, no! Not like this! Oh no, that caught me. That caught me! Oh no, if the knave leaves right now, she's sure to run into Lenny and Claire V. Should I release the bird Lenny gave us? Why? She doesn't suspect shit. No, we should try to get her talking about something else first. About the House of the Hearth.
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
You bought a new shirt today? Let's go! Barbie, you're killing it.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I heard. Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Wait, did you really do something bad to those kids?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me?
Care whatever about the rumors about me, but what is the head honcho bitches talking about?
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things, an attribute that I find to be quite advantageous.
I hope he dies when we go to Snezhnaya. Are you talking about Cloud? Child! I don't know why Cloud came out of my mouth. Yes, Cloud Strife will die when we go to Snezhnaya.
Call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then why did you try to help out with the prophecy and everything?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontainian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after all? The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
There is a Pokemon in the chat, friends. Go get your Trumbeaks.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
Child being the big man and realizing that, you can't just trust information at face value.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down.
Hi, handsome
Seems pretty
boy.
cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including
Handsome
their
boy.
life.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Oh, he's coming for
Having
the
a lot
cuddles.
of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
42?
Okay. I get the picture.
Cute.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going.
He likes his
Traveler,
siblings.
Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Cough, cough.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna keel over.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
I like the sound of that.
He's kind of
Well,
broken,
I'm
keeled
off.
over.
See you all
Nice.
some other time.
We should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us?
Oh? You want me to leave so soon?
Oh, well, you see,
Paimon, you suck.
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
The cat is reaching for you
he wants
guys.
to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
I have a very handsome boy here who's cuddling and trying.
Abode for some repose and conversation.
I was like, who's talking? Oh, it's Cloud Retainer. He keeps trying to smack the headset, but it's fine.
Oh? You decided to stay a little longer? Let's take in the ocean view together, then.
She sounds like she'd rather do anything but. Like, get out of here. Yes, that was a Star Rail joke. 10 out of 10. Return to Poisson. He's a handsome boy.
Lenny, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight.
What do you mean?
Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Okay, but before they all had to relocate to Poisson, what was she doing? Does she only show up at nighttime?
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case.
Vampire.
Well, we could always try pushing her into it.
Not sure pushing works on a non-corporeal being, Paimon.
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you, Lynette?
Good. I've got the list. It's right here.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look! Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, L'Endroit, Chambel, Horaire.
Oh, you actually get to see the faces too. It's like this dude got shanked. Man. F.
Oh, yikes. That Horaire guy has a huge scar on his face.
Paimon can read.
Kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
Yes, canonically she can read, mostly because she likes reading, like the crime novels. Murder mystery.
I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it. He said any future lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
You can't read a room.
Anything else?
Valid.
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
Met, please.
Wait, so that means the knave, she...
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life. Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine.
Sorry. I was thinking about something.
Sorry, I was thinking about my OCs, and I was thinking about scenarios I could put them in.
I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
Strange?
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filiol and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filiol and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something. I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clairvy.
Just like what we're doing?
You
Yes.
think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
You gotta learn from someone else.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal. But it looks like things are more complicated than I thought.
Imagine dying.
If we leave Filial and the others to their own devices,
shit.
Sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
I mean, we all get there
can only
eventually.
focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clairvy for now. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone.
Oh no.
Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Ruby, I'm seeing your relic substat rolls. That 86 flat defense, man. Brutal! Rest at the temporary accommodations. Incredible.
Oh, I'm always looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all. Hey, you don't think the knave will be too angry with Lenny and everyone if she finds out about all this, do you? She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
You can just hide behind me.
Trust is effort, Traveler.
There's a Sea King in the chat. Clairvy.
Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
Sea King. I could just walk up the bridge, or... Oh, I missed the button. I literally pressed the button, and it was like, nah. No skyward scatter for us all. Handsome boy, you're right.
Over there!
Ma'am.
Yeah. Got her.
Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast. Oh, look! She stopped!
God, imagine living in Poisson and having to climb up this fucking thing like every day. It seems like a nightmare.
Clairvy!
Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is.
Congrats on the Sea Kings. Window.
If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality. Right?
To the window.
Please.
To the wall.
Help us get on the same page here, Clairvy. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that?
Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision. Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value. You're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Mother?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Perry. There's that name again.
Matt, do
Also,
better.
Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
She's a spirit. It could be anything. Lady told me to do worse. False.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should keep her company for a little longer. She looks so young. But it seems like she's been through a lot.
It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight.
I'd love to see it.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do?
Perry the platypus, right? Her bestie.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Before we do that, I have a question.
Oh? What is it?
Have the knave and the doctor ever worked together?
What makes you ask that?
Well, We kinda ran into Clairvy last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Of course.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking about?
I don't think so.
Miscommunications
I don't
galore.
know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clairvy referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
Alright, that's good to hear at least.
Yeah, that'd be such an obvious giveaway.
Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible.
Just say
If that
she
turned
was
out to be
calling
true,
her mother,
Paimon doesn't
question
know how
mark.
he would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either.
It's a very important detail that we've all noticed.
The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her.
She just hung out at the beach the whole time.
Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get to it.
She's feeling very washed up. Wow.
Where are we going today?
Let's try somewhere further away this time.
Amazing. Fremine, where are you at? I asked that, but I'm not actually gonna go look for him. That requires effort. If you're not standing right next to me, it ain't happening, Chief. Unless you're a character I really like, in which case I will absolutely go looking for you. But Fremine, he's there. I wouldn't yeet him into the lake, but I am completely impartial to him. If someone else throws him in a lake, I'm not about to stop them.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without Child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Exclamation points!
Us? Distract you? A good one. But no.
Paimon's so bad at this.
We were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere?
I like how she just calls you out on your bullshit and she's like, well, I've got other stuff to do, but you can hang out, I guess.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Okay, that's actually funny from Paimon.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
We should release the pigeon that Lenny gave us. She stole the pigeon! Just kidding.
Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good.
Guess all we could do is take it one step at a time. Where was the bird? Don't worry about where Lumine keeps her birds, okay?
Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
They're gonna get in more trouble. Let's go say hi to Nouvellette. Woo!
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
We are following the way of the hero. Don't worry about it.
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine. Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most.
Yeah, that was oddly more, emotional delivery from Paimon than you normally would get.
Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
There's really no other way to solve the issue?
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
I'll do it just for you, Met.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Claire V in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
I'll hold you to it.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time.
Nice.
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
God, how'd she even catch this bird? She is like Sephiroth with the one wing. Maybe she just... what? She just floated away after it and caught it.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned.
There is a Porygon in the chat for the friends who like the Pokemon. You know, this person goes by many names. Ruby.
Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Oh snap, Reminisce wants to join. I do like that they've made it where you can see the name now. Regrettably, I'm gonna have to kick you out immediately because now I can't do the plot, but I just wanted to see my buddy. Oh my god, why are you all joining? Weren't you going BRB? You said you were going to eat! Oh my god, it's the friends. This is a great story quest, don't you agree? Linny, Lynette, and Premone's lives are literally on the line. We're like, woo! I do appreciate how every time I do a Genshin stream, you guys always not only message me in the in-game chat, but we have chaos like this. Oh my god, it's Navia! I wanted Navia. I want Claran more though.
Warfare, I guess.
Hello? Oh my god, you have Ayato?
This one's got your name on it.
There's something about it. Just standing there staring in at the camera with the chaos. Oh my god. Thank you for the work of our Umbrella Warfare, I guess.
Tidal wave.
Tidal wave. Oh my god. I actually don't have Child. I never really cared to get him, but you know, he is one of the ones I haven't got yet. Hello, handsome boy. Child stopped me from getting Rosaria and made me spend 200, so I hate him. Yeah, that's true. Imagine if it lets me do the cutscene with Child in here. I don't think so, because immediately it, You're dead! You're alive! I don't know what you mean. Are you alright, handsome boy? You're not gonna do any weird stuff, right? Regrettably, oh!
Skyward! Scatter!
Ruby! Ruby, I have to kick you out. You understand, right? You understand? Do you see this man? He's basically Oz. He's Water Oz. Sobs. Now I just feel guilty, but I'm like, I need it. You can't stop me from saying hi to Water Oz. I love you. You understand though, right? It's my man.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Quits Genshin forever. You already did.
My meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis.
He's so hot.
I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Presents him with a lengthy fanfic. Can you imagine we just watch him read for like an hour? Like it just waits for him?
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
I mean, I'm assuming that she's trying to hand over the House of the Harp to him in a way to keep them out of harm's way.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing.
Lol.
Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
We're just being dragged along.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual.
Ruby, no!
I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
Not like this. You had to understand. I really like Water Oz, aka Neuvillette. Why is the plot no longer... There we go.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Yeah, let's say it right in front of the knave. Woo! Hello? Why is my cat just licking the floor? What? What are you doing? Stop it! Stop! Stop it! Hold on. Hey! Whatever you're doing, not like this. Why are you just licking the floor? Stop it. Come on. Go have some water or something. I'm just gonna watch him lick the floor in front of the dishwasher. Like, what is he doing? There. I steered him over to his water bowl, so maybe, like, his water fountain, so maybe he'll just, like, chill out. Floor fetish? Not like that. Clearly he found something tasty. No! I don't even know what's on the floor. I literally cleaned it last night.
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Oh my god, he's got the scar on his face! Wah wah. My bad.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Get it? Because he's part of the house.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway.
Stop!
It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
Why is my cat like this? He's gone back over to the spot. There's literally nothing there. He's just licking nothing. Stop. You're just like perfectly framed in my field of vision, and that's all I see is Scar Man and then my cat just face planting into the floor. There. There you go, bud. Rose stood there and he has a foot fetish, so makes sense. Licking dead skin cells? No, it's not that. He's not that weird. Found some residual nip? That's more likely, to be honest.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
This man was on the execution
now that my
list, but
affairs are
he's
settled,
not.
we should take the
Eyeball
boat back to
motion.
Poisson. We've even
Poisson!
acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
Poisson.
It appears you
He's
two
just
are
letting
under the
you hang
impression
him.
that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition.
No, it's implied that that guy that just ran into us was formerly of the House of the Hearth, and he was on the execution list, and he has, quote, never been seen again. But he has, in fact, escaped and is getting married because she's more compassionate than she seems on the surface. Woo! Also, there's a Pokemon in the chat.
If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire V, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
LMAO.
Then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far.
Wasabi, your balls! Your condition. Let's hear it.
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay. Sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
That is for you to decide.
Nicely done, Ruby. We accept your condition.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
I love going up to the Nameless Ruins. Except for the fact that there's no immediate teleport there. Oh well. Crispy! Cloister. How you doing, Crispy? How's your day? I hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, skyward. Yeah, skyward. Scatter.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Excuse you? You can't. Why?
On this fine day, the view from.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Do you only want me to go to it at a certain angle? What do you mean? This area is not out of bounds. You just want me to walk up this. What was with that hill?
On this fine day, the view from the heavens must be magnificent.
I was very confused.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a Harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Why?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Yeah, totally.
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Lady who's the girl cosplaying as short-haired Bayonetta. Are we talking about this lady right here? I don't remember how the game pronounces it because they constantly refer to her as everything else, but it's spelled like Arlecchino or Arlecchino. But she's also known as the Knave, as Father, as the Fourth Harbinger. She's got a lot of titles. Yeah, Arlecchino or Arlecchino is her actual name. Not really, but the name that she goes by now.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruere would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained.
Yeah, I wonder who this person is these days. Definitely Paimon. Death. ...
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Peruere end her life. From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success.
I know what you're gonna say, Matt, because Clairvy was a polearm main, and you can see that our current knave was not at the time. Yep. Yeah.
It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Killing the person at the very top!
Who's Sabina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
This was your story just as much as Clairvy's.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
The Clairvy we met, though, who is she exactly?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
There's a Tyranitar in the chat, if anyone wants a Tyranitar. I think I have one already, so I'm going to try a repeat ball, is what I would say if I didn't write repeat as repeat. Hopefully when I hit repeat ball, it'll actually let me do it. No, I'm on tablet. You can't bully me with numbers. That was what you were supposed to do yesterday. Okay.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity.
You're both disowned.
Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
Paimon's really invested.
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you want to do?
Oh my god, she speaks.
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
I'm shocked.
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh my god, sub-detection units, I need those.
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me.
Lenny!
Clairvy, ...
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Just casually hanging in the shade.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Sus.
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father.
Mind you, this is the kid that strangled the family pets, so,
Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
I'm in overalls.
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That was quite
That's
the camera
enough,
angle.
Filial. We made a mistake. And we should own up to it.
Rules were made to be broken.
We broke the rules. Plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
Hi, honey.
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Father.
Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
An
What a
order
mood.
once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
Let's go, Lenny.
Did you hear that, Traveler?
It's
Lenny
fine.
and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
It's fine.
If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Well, obviously not. Like, I hate how they're all just overlooking the super obvious detail of that, quote, executed man who happens to be not dead at all. Like, come on, please.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Courage is the magic, right?
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
Ah, jeez.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
Oh boy, can't wait for us to get our asses kicked. Let's go.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
If that's okay.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Hey!
Alright, just beat her up like this. Slowly but surely, we got this.
Spare your energy.
Settle down.
Running is of little use.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
That's my name, Echoing Song!
And voila! Is it my turn now?
Be sanctified.
Now that's more like it.
I see
With the
everything
foam
in
of
there!
darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
What?
Oh, jeez.
Silence.
Time to shine!
Getting you. Is it my turn now?
Let the mighty be humbled.
Is it my turn now?
You're not allowed to be invincible.
You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all. Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Oh, there's a Pokemon in the chat. I love my dull blade. That's not fair! Fuck you!
My blade is all that remains.
Settle.
Watch out for Father's movement!
Woo!
Look out!
I see everything.
Let my name echo in song. Ah.
Make yourself a move.
Bow your justice is blindsided.
Now's our chance!
Over here.
Your punishment made manifest.
Settle down.
Suntown is only the beginning.
Be sanctified.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
I mean, I was kind of kicking her ass, I'm not gonna lie.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know.
No! I'm sorry, Father!
I love that he's using the bell.
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
LMAO. By the power of the dull blade.
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon. I can't move.
We're a guest, it's fine.
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
Right? Honestly, it is very similar. I'm sure they did that on purpose. The worlds, they are connected.
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
It is pretty funny that, you know, you have the opportunity to kick her butt in the actual fight, and then, like, the cutscene's like, but actually.
Brother, are you alright?
I mean, there's several indicators that she was never gonna kill them.
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No! I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
That's why the paper guy didn't remember who she was. Ta-da!
If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
He wasn't killed at all. Wow, it's like she remembered it after the fact. How convenient.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Overalls, lead the way.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Not the other two, though. Fuck them.
Clairvy.
Me?
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's that speechless.
Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight.
Oh my god. Matt, your favorite Pokemon is in the chat. Go catch your Mon. Really sold you on that one. Matt! Matt, get back here! Right now! Alright, you're good. Talk about the land of Animo. Imagine you just talk about Fontaine, even though...
You know, I used to dream of being a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what. Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some more, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day. Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like?
Congrats,
I once saw a
Ruby.
drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
Oh, Fontaine.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
I mean, I do appreciate that she still has the mustache and the glasses, even from, like, 6 versions ago.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
There's space to sit next to Father.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
Courage is the magic. She's in the sun.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot.
Oh yeah, I'm dead.
Older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Oh. 07.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
Paimon, you literally talked about 5 different nations worth full of stories. I think it's okay.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
Ah, no, he's got the Baiju sickness as well. It's spreading through all of them.
It's Linny! Hey, What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
I can't take this kid seriously. They can't drop a bomb that he gets disowned by his family because he kept strangling the family pets and then expect me to forget it, okay? Like, listen, the rest of them are whatever, but this kid, every time I see him, I'm like, I see you. Ew.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
She needs those inches.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Wait until 2 days later, I suppose. Oh, do you like my stick drift? I always have to tell them to stop. It's especially bad when I'm trying to go over cliffs and whatever, and then they just walk off it. Tick tick. I still haven't decided if I actually want to roll for her or not. Like, I do, but I also
Didn't Linny say
don't
that
know.
Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Booth d'Ete? Ooh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on them.
Yeah, it's another superpower we have. We just don't let them know. I do feel bad that my poor Cloud Retainer didn't get to do much during that battle. She almost got one shot and I had to panic change who I was using.
Lynette, Fremine, how are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you feeling all right?
I'm right as rain.
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over.
But you used the bell. It was so
I wanted
cool.
to ask, is Claire V gone? Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
Poisson. We bid her farewell under a blanket of sunlight.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
Okay. He really is holding on to that
what?
detail.
You've met the former knave?
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating.
Yeah, there is a Pokemon in the chat. It does make me wonder how old... Because, like, if Clairvy was 6 and then there was 10 years and then it was the battle and she died, that would have put Arlecchino, sorry, would have probably been at most 17 at that moment when Fremine came in. So how old was Fremine? What's the actual age difference between them? Because, like, he easily could have been, like, a 6-year-old or whatever, so there might actually only be, like, 10 plus years at most. Like, you think that she's actually older than she is when you see him.
When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Okay, but if you knew this, then why didn't you just tell Linny and Lynette from the beginning? Like, why even have Lynette look for the files when you already know what happened? What do you mean?
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
It's in the genes, don't worry about it. I guess I just skipped Linny for some reason.
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already... ...
I'm sure Rose was like, dang, should have waited a few more months.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave.
Rose, I perceive you.
But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Yeah, we totally did nothing. Just invite us back as guests and we'll call it even.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
Interesting. Oh my god, you guys, I got 60 primos. Woo! After all of that, woo, primos! That's obviously the main thing. I really want Clorand. Do we know if she's first half of 4.7? Because I feel like she will be. I don't feel like I can trust that I'll get Clorand if I roll for the knave. You know what's really funny is I'm pretty sure that I am one wish away on the standard wish for soft pity. So if I were to roll on this, this would likely be a 5-star as well. I don't know.
Things are made new, as buds in this.
It is Sunday, so at the very least I can use this while I think about it. Ross, what do you think? What do you think I should do? Yeah, I would get 2 5-stars, but if I don't get Clorand, I'm gonna be very upset. I wanted that bitch for so long. Do you understand? I don't have the money to throw at the game to get her otherwise, so I don't know. I don't know. I assume justice is Cloran and order is likely the knave. And then this one is Linny. Yeah, equity. What do I have? 198, 145, and 39. Oops. When I don't know what to do with my resin, I just farm a random domain. Since I already did a lot of money in Heroes Wits. How much do I have of these? 149, 160, 11. I might have to work more on Justice, it sounds like. Yeah, Justice I have the lowest of, technically. What should I do? I don't know! OMG! Maybe I'll just put like, wow.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
Incredible. Hello, John Pippi! How you doing?
Strike a pose! Let the world come alive!
Bow your head. Yes.
Everyone okay?
Get his ass! Woo!
Silence.
I do believe there is Lethal Company tonight. Eyeball emoji. I'll be ending the stream soon. I honestly just need to decide whether I want to roll for the Bish or not.
Midnight Phantasmical.
The Temple of Wisdom! Let my name echo in song!
Huh. Let the mighty be humbled.
What kind of pizza was it again? I don't really know. I am hungry. I just don't know what would hit the spot.
By royal... Make yourselves at home! Time to shine! Wings of darkness, come!
Oh my god. I'm glad that the Midnight Phantasmagoria gave her some health because she was in danger for a second there. So it's pepperoni. Honestly, I'm down for either or, so whichever you feel in the mood for, I will join in.
Share my knowledge! Let the world come alive!
Be sanctified.
Sorry, Farina. Rose! Are you still there? What should I do? What do you think?
I see everything! Shower me with...
Bow your head.
You think I should roll?
Shadow Raven, Black Knight! Let my name echo in song!
The tides beckon.
But what happens if Cloran doesn't come home? What do I do? What do I do if I don't have another 150 odd wishes saved up in one banner when all I have not explored really is this and then like a little bit of this? You buy? I don't have the money for that right now. Then again, you know, where is it? God, I can't remember the button there. You know, I haven't done a top off in forever, so I know. Do I do it? I mean, if we do, we can go back to the House of the Hearth and be like, her. Oh, right. This is where you actually battle her now, right? Because she's a weekly. She's actually like another drop now. I wonder who's gonna need to use hers. Do appreciate that you can interact with it, or you can just be like, her. Do I get her? Alright. Anyone who's currently in chat, do I roll for the bitch? I know that's giving you a lot of power.
Strike a pose!
Got 2 votes for yes. You know, it is strongly possible. I'm at wish 70. Soft pity's at like 76. It is entirely possible that this bringing me to 80 or whatever, she could be late. You know, like I'll do a 10 pull and then she's not there. I think that would be the biggest troll. Guys, I'm so shocked it turned gold. I want it. Okay, out of the 4 stars, I want to see some Fremades. I already have C6 of the other 2. Nice. That's wish number 74. Hey, the whole family's coming here. Ooh, she wasn't even on soft pity. This is wish 77. I got all of the 4 stars on the banner on this 10 pull? Jesus. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I am the knave, Arlecchino, 4th of the Fatui Harbingers. The children of the House of the Hearth call me Father. I do hope our partnership proves to be a pleasant one, although I would imagine that should be fairly easy. After all, there's no cause for contention between us at the moment. Wouldn't you agree?
She was wish number 79. She was late. Look at that 10 pull, though. I'm gonna take a picture. Look at that. I mean, you can't possibly get Lenny on the same banner, but otherwise you could just imagine Zhangling. Zhangling with Lenny. Let's go. Well, obviously we do one single. No, I'm kidding. I don't have the things to level her up, probably. Not very much. Wait, why does Sinsho have... Oh, profile. Wait, why is that showing up for him? Huh? Why is there an exclamation point over Sinsho's head? That's weird. Are you okay? Are you alright? What is special? Oh. Oh, I literally have just never looked at the font. I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
What do you think? Does Fontaine...
Alright. Apparently I've just been ignoring every character. Probably because of Bennett. But yeah, I got the girl now. Let's go. It'll be nice to have something to build towards. For M&A, I think that's C4. Yeah. Got some work to do for this bitch. I'm out of Pokeballs! Lady, your balls! I don't care about the scatterbug, I'll do that later.
Always.
Oops. I did not mean to skip that, my bad. Okay, well, I haven't explored the new area yet, so that's where that would be. Always, just always. That's all you guys need to know, just always. Okay, so this one wish will hit us in soft pity territory on standard. So it could be gold, it might not be gold, but let's find out. Fuck you, game. I mean, Arlecchino was wish 79, so clearly my soft pity luck is not exactly the best, but I try. Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. I'm gonna make sure to spend these on that just so I don't feel tempted to use it on anything else. I now have to save the emergency fund for for Clorand. Everything I do for Clorand. Do you like how my team is like the same on 3 of them, just with 1 character difference each time? Comical. I guess we'll just for now move her out for a second.
This will be a productive partnership, I hope.
Oops. I wanted to see if she said other things.
This will be a productive...
I know if you hold down her skill, not that, it's hold down her charge attack and then she just goes, wee! I've been seeing gifs of her flying over the water chasing after Farina, which I think is hilarious. I'm gonna make her a badass. I don't have anything for her. I think my polearms are actually the worst of the items that I have. I mean, if she likes Jade Spear, I could put a Jade Spear on her. That's about as far as it goes. I can level this one up to 90. You know, I'll finally have a reason to, I guess. Because otherwise, I don't really... I would have to think about what she scales off of and everything. I'm going to assume attack percent. But I feel like Deathmatch or the Jade Spear would likely be the best options. I don't really know much about this bitch, I'm not gonna lie, it might be HP. Oh, does she need? She does need order. I do have a lot of order, so once I level her up, she's gonna be popping off. I'm gonna have to learn about the Bond of Life because I know that Clorand actually has the same thing mechanically, and I don't entirely understand what it means yet. But I will! I will learn. Guys, I got the girl. We did it. I've committed. I guess that'll be it for the stream for now, because I want to have dinner and I'm gonna go play some Lethal Company with friends, but it has been a pleasure as always. I'll see if there's anyone who is currently streaming that we can raid, otherwise I might just go yeet. But we did it. I like how my title said an exploration. Did not do any of the exploration at all. Nah. I'm not really feeling the... I like her idle animation, that's pretty sick. I'm not really feeling the raid, so I guess we'll just end it. So yeah, appreciate my stick drift as it slowly brings us to the heavens. Thank you all for hanging out on this Genshin Impact adventure. We will be back to our regularly scheduled Ocarina of Time and or Majora's Mask shenanigans on Tuesday with Noodle, Havel, and maybe Matt. Eyeball emoji. I'm missing you pulled. Matt, I'll send you the picture of my temple, or I can alternatively, I don't know, make a clip of it or something for you, but Man, the stick drift sucks, look at this. I have a controller that's a lot worse than this one. I actually can't even use the other controller in Final Fantasy XIV because if I play a casting class, it will interrupt the cast every time. I literally just cannot play the game. But yes, while she judges us for our stick drift, all the love, big hugs. I will be back on Tuesday. Hope you have a good week. And yeah, I will see you then. Okay, goodbye. What's a Final Fantasy 14? I don't know. Ah!